Hello, this is Thomas with Transformation Station Foundation. To kick off our content related to wealth, I wanted to talk about both budgeting and saving. These two topics are really the fundamentals to building a healthy personal finance situation. I'm an accounting and finance student at Tulane University and have a broad understanding of these topics, but please consult a financial expert for additional information. Now let's jump onto the computer and create a basic monthly budget. Alright, so I created a basic budget in Excel and I'll walk you through it. So I use example numbers for each line. If you're creating a budget for yourself, I'd recommend pulling information from your bank statements for the prior 3 months. And really the first thing to do is separate your transactions into 3 separate categories. So the first is income, fixed expenses, and other expenses. And income, of course, is just the money that you bring in each month. And typically a person will have income from their primary job, like a salary, and they might have a other income, which can come from, a wide range of things like odd jobs or just selling old things on Craigslist. And both of these amounts should be net of taxes. Okay, so then you want to separate your expenses into 2 other categories. Fixed expenses and other expenses. This could also be called variable expenses. It's kind of the same thing. And so fixed expenses are those things that are, hard to change the value of. And examples I included are rent, utilities, and a car payment. And depending on your situation, you might have others like insurance payments, interest payments, or, other fixed value bills that come monthly. So now other expenses are those that an individual has the most power of the value of. And the most obvious is food, both groceries and eating out. And you might want to also include an entertainment category and definitely an other category because you never really know what else you might have to plan for each month. And if you have any other expensive hobby, such as, or really just any other expensive hobby or other significant spending habits, you should include them here as well. And it is important that you include honest amounts for each line. If your budget doesn't really reflect your spending, this whole process is kind of useless. Okay, so then with these 3 categories totaled up, we can find the monthly savings or loss, which is here at the bottom. And this is just our total income, less fixed expenses, less other expenses. And then we can see on average how much money we'll be saving, or if this was a negative amount, be losing each month. Okay, and then over here I just made a little chart for other expenses that just kind of visualize how much each amount is. So I do want to go back to the other expenses and make a quick change. And as I said before, these are the amounts that an individual has the most power of changing, right? So one thing I notice here is the groceries spending versus eating out spending is just, there's a huge discrepancy. And I found in my own life how much money buying groceries instead of eating out can save. So let's revise this budget to a more modest amount in the food category so then we can get additional savings each month. So let's say we'll spend $150 on groceries and $200 on eating out. And just for reference, on average, a meal made at home costs $4, while an average meal out will cost around $13. And now look at that, our monthly savings is a lot higher. Okay, so perfect. Now we have a budget for ourselves that allows for our important monthly bills to be covered, which are in the fixed expenses category, as well as spending for food and entertainment, and also in other category. And it's really important to stick to the budget that you set for yourself. And you want to continuously compare your actual spending to this plan each month and make revisions if necessary. If any bills pop up, you'll want to add them here. Okay, so now that we have a budget for ourselves, we have a better idea as to where our money is going each month. But next we want to figure out what to do with any remaining money. Whether you want to make a big purchase in the future or just simply have more cash in your bank account, saving is crucial. Without saving, it's really hard to achieve any of your personal financial goals. So let's go back into the computer and do a couple calculations. Okay, so now that we know if we stick to our budget each month, we'll have around $140 in average savings each month. And with savings, we can work towards a financial goal. So, for example, if we wanted to, eventually buy a new computer, right? So if that costs $1,200, it's important to see how long it's going to take to get that computer. Or I guess rather save the cash to buy it. So this is a really simple calculation. You really just want to get whatever your financial goal is in dollars and then divide it by your monthly savings. And then with this, you can see how many months on average it will take to buy it. So by dividing the total cost of the computer by our monthly savings, we can find exactly how many months it will take. So this is really important to be able to just visualize and know, because maybe you'll want to revise your budget to reach this goal faster. Well, I hope you found this video to be useful. It is important for everyone to budget and save their money to plan for a better future. Additionally, I encourage you to look into investing your savings. For more information on investing, go to Investopedia or investor.gov. Thanks for watching and stay tuned for our next video.